Hey guys, it's Chris or Siri, whichever name you prefer to use. I was just going through my book and I ran into a story I forgot about, and it's called Fred. I think I was reading my book, so here we go. And this story was a little bit messy in the book, so I decided to just go ahead and kind of verbalize it to you guys. Anyways, this story is called Fred. And it starts off with when around 7 or 8 years old, we used to go to the grocery store. And on the drive there, we would go through this neighborhood, and as it would wind down the road before the businesses start, you'd see like this really bizarre, strange, wonky building. So the mom was driving down, and I said, "Mom, what is that building?" And she goes, "Oh, that's where old people go. It's called like an old folks home, a nursing home." And I said, "Well, what's that?" And she goes, "Well, it's where older people go so they can be taken care of." And I asked, "So where are their kids? Where are they? Do they live with them? What's going on?" Because I couldn't imagine, like, not being with my mom and dad all the time. And she goes, "Well, they don't live with their kids don't live there with them. They live." I'm like, "So where are the kids?" And my mom says, I'm like, "Do they visit?" My mom was like, "Yeah, they visit. Some do. Some can't." So I said, "So where do these old people go next?" And my mom tells me that this is it. This is where they go. Those thoughts plagued me. I just couldn't. I always thought of like old people with like, I mean, I think of their faces, they kind of remind me of like childlike innocence, but just with crinkled, wrinkled, childlike innocence. That's all I can think of when I think of old people. It's kind of like, you can mess up is you're in between life between the baby and the old person. You're like, that's just all whatever. That's the gray area. It's kind of like how when you got here and then when you leave, it has that same innocent factor, and that still perplexes me to this day. But that's how I see them, as like childlike innocence, but with crinkled faces. Anyways, and it bothered me so much because I was like, well, they have to know they're dying, and what if they're alone? And then they're going to be spending like the last years of their life alone. And I just thought, well, and I asked my mom. I said, well, who's there with them before they die? And she's like, it's like, who entertains them? And I thought, well, I just can't allow this to happen. I'm going to have to do something about this, and don't tell me no. So I told my best friend that in the old folks' home, they have a secret candy machine that's free with really cool, sparkly treats. There wasn't. There was a machine that dispenses Coke, which everybody's very used to, and there was a machine that dispenses where it's crackers and shit like that. Excuse my language. But there was no magic Barbie, fairy, sparkly, free candy machine. But anyway, so she went, and we worked on a routine that I made her do because I'm a very bossy little girl. And so with our perfected routine, we were going to go and we're going to razzle and dazzle these old people. Yes, we are. They're not going to know what hit them. They might even maybe have a stroke right there on the spot because they don't just know how to handle this entertainment and all this delicious fun that we're bringing to the table. They may have heart attacks. That just told you I'm just that good, So I was like ready for it. Anyways, we got there, and there's the volunteers. I'm like, okay, we're ready to razzle and dazzle. And they're like, okay, well, it's their lunchtime. So we're going to hold up on this razzle and dazzle. Well, we never got to razzle and dazzle once. I got to like play the piano for like 2.5 seconds. That doesn't count. I really wanted to like drop it like it's hot. You know what I mean? Even though we weren't dropping it like it's hot. That term didn't even come out back then, but it doesn't matter. I was going to at least Vogue or something. You know what I mean? I let my buddy go through this music, but they weren't really in for that for some reason. They wanted to be fed. So I thought, well, if you need all that help because I'm a huge help, I can do that too. I can handle that responsibility, and so like any job I take a lot of pride in, I went and I fed the old people. And I literally helped some of them eat. And I thought, okay, they really need some razzle dazzle, but it's okay, I can handle this. And then I met Fred. I didn't really have grandparents, so Fred became like a granddad to me. And I would visit him all the time. I remember Christmas passed, and we got him a present, and I remember going there to see him and Cleo, because Cleo had Alzheimer's, and she would go, "Send me out to the streets and let the cars run over me." And she would see things, and Brandon and I just thought it was hysterical. I mean, it's kind of sad, but we thought it was funny at the time. So we see Cleo, and then we go see Fred. Don't wake up Fred without his teeth, and he'll get really upset. So you gotta knock and wait patiently, and then he'll come out. I remember spending, a good amount of time with Fred. I don't remember if it was daily or if it was weekly. I just remember seeing him. And I remember there was a volunteer bruncheon for the volunteers with newer staff, so we must have been there for a good chunk of time. When I get home from school, my mom says, "Christy, have a seat, table." My mom says that normally something really bad happened, and like maybe one of my sister's hamster died, and she'd be like telling me out, she'd give it CPR, breathe through its little nose to keep it alive, and that sitting on the table, it was gonna be something. And I sat down, and my mom says, "Christy, Fred died." And I thought, I don't remember if I cried or not. My mom then told me, before he died, the day before, she called him. I didn't know. Just to let him know that he did have a daughter, and he missed her very much. But when I walked in there, that we filled an empty spot in his heart. So I thought, that's cool. He died more peaceful, he died happy, and that's good. He deserved it. He was a good man. So I guess what I wanted to originally do, I did in a way. You may not change everybody in the world, but you can change the world to that one person, like I said, some of my other stuff. So I didn't change the whole low folks people, and maybe I gave one a better send-off. And as a kid, that was a gift. We're all trying to figure out why we're here and what our existence and our purpose here, and we may not really ever know. The Buddhists say our job is to leave the world in as good of a condition or slightly better than when we got here. And I do think that we all going to have some responsibility in that. And I don't like the people who are like, "Oh, that's not my problem. I'm not going to worry about it." The world is our concern. Your ancestors made sure that they left something behind for us. Well, most tried to. And I don't feel like we're really doing our parts to make sure we leave something for the next generations. I think it's vital. I think it's important. I think it's everybody's responsibility. If you live and you breathe, it's your responsibility to just don't make it worse. That's for sure. Just try. Just do something. So what does a 7-year-old girl can offer to an older man? Nothing. I have no money. He doesn't want to play Barbies. And what does he have to really offer me? Well, he has wisdom and insight. But a 7-year-old really can't appreciate it. But what we could appreciate is that what we had to offer was our time. Sometimes that's all someone really needs, is just some time. So we all have something to offer at the end of the day. Like in the program, they said, if you're really having a bad time, go help somebody else out. And it does. It really always makes me feel better, because we can all be grateful for something. It may not be much. I mean, I've been down as you could think down and out. I've gone to emergency, like little doctor medical places, like urgent cares, and they said, "Okay, who is your emergency contact?" And I didn't even have one. And now I do. The time I didn't, they'd be like, "You're joking." I'm like, "You don't have one person you know?" I'm like, "Mm-mm." It's a long story. I don't go into it, but I've been without money, but even when I had nothing and I felt bad, I remember I could do something for somebody else, even if they had more than me. Because I was strong in self. Yeah, I cried, and there were times that I just didn't think I was going to make it through the next day, but I did. I almost went off on a point about being present in the moment, but maybe we'll have that talk another time because it's already 10 minutes. I'm trying to shorten my videos. So, yeah. Challenge yourself. I'm not saying you have to be an old folks home. Maybe it's a neighbor. Maybe it's a friend of yours that you already know. If it's a charity, it's an organization, or just donating something. Just if you are feeling awkward, or if you're having a bad day, or if you're just feeling bad about yourself, or no matter what it is, maybe you did something really, really naughty, and now you feel like you need some good karma to, you know, balance it out. I don't know. But if you don't know what to do next, sometimes just do the next thing that's right. And it's always worked for me. And it'll work for you. And we all have something to offer. And with certain people, even just listening. I work at the listening skill. It's very vital. It's very important just to be able to listen to somebody. I work on it. I think it's such a underrated magical skill that someone can possess. I think the best listeners have the most power because sometimes people just need to be heard. They don't need your advice. They don't need your suggestions. They don't want anything. Sometimes people can you can give them the world by just listening. So if you don't feel like going to an old folks home, whatever, just know that you yourself is enough. You don't have to have a special skill. Or you could razzle dazzle them if you got it. You can razzle dazzle them with listening. You can razzle dazzle them with just being present and being there. That human energy is very valuable, and you have that gift, and you do have power. And that's the gift that I'm trying to give you. See, you think you're giving something to somebody else, but the truth is you're always the one that's going to get. You don't know what that's going to be yet. Gotten a lot of gifts from giving, and sometimes it doesn't cost you a damn thing. So think about it, because there's something we can all do. And what you bring into the table, just bring the glow. Hope that helps, guys. Thank you.